So first, this is the cellular respiration process. So we have our chemical formula, which is C6H12O6, otherwise known as glucose, plus 6O2 oxygen. That is your reactants, and your products are 6CO2, carbon dioxide, and 6 water, H2O, and 30 ATP. So the first step in cellular respiration is glycolysis. And this takes place in the cytoplasm. Glycolysis is, the definition of glycolysis is sugar cutting. So your reactant, your first reactant that starts it is you have glucose. And you have 4 ATP there that are used to cut the glucose in 2 places, which then becomes pyruvate. Hanging off electrons create NADH. The next step is the Krebs cycle. This takes place in the matrix. The matrix. What enters this is acetyl CoA. This is then one carbon is pulled off by a 4-carbon compound. So, and then that carbon is used to create CO2. The electron is then used to create NADH. The process then repeats with the second remaining carbon. So you get another CO2 and another NADH. The 4 remaining carbons are used to make ATP. The rest of their electrons are used to turn FAD into FADH2. The next step is the electron transport chain. This takes place in the inner membrane. And this is using oxygen to make ATP by moving electrons and water. So the NADH deliver their electrons into an electron transport chain. This then moves around the electrons and they finally creating a lot of hydrogen ions. This then moves them into a hydrogen pump, which pumps out several ATP, 34 to be exact, And that's how it creates ATP. The remaining hydrogen ions that have been moved out into the part of the inner membrane, they connect with the oxygen that was breathed in earlier to create H2O. So yeah, that's pretty much all of the cellular respiration that takes place in the mitochondria. Yeah, bye, Mr. Archer.